Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to see about Bluetooth technology in computer network. So, what do you mean by Bluetooth technology? It is an personal area network and with an infrared, one of the major wireless technologies. It is used to develop WPAN, that is wireless personal area network. It is used to connect devices of different functions such as telephones, computers, notebooks, cameras, and printers, and so on. Between these devices, we can transmit data as in wired networks. Okay, so the range will be short here. Within the certain area, we can transmit the files, whatever it is, between the devices connected to this Bluetooth network, that is personal area network, and it was started by SIG, that is special interest group, and formed by four companies: IBM, Intel, Nokia, Toshiba, and it is used for interconnecting computing and communicating devices within the short range. That is the concept of Bluetooth, and it is a low power and inexpensive wireless radios. It is used for providing communication between peripheral devices, like wireless devices. Between wireless devices, we can transmit data. It is used in healthcare devices, as well as it is used by modern communicating devices like mobile phone, PDA, palm top, in order to transmit files, and also used in dial-up networking and in cordless telephoning to connect handset and its location based system, and also used in hand-free voice communication with headset. Also, it enables a mobile computer to connect with a fixed LAN. It also used for transmit files from one mobile to another. Also, it uses omnidirectional radio waves. That is, that can penetrate through walls in all the directions. And Bluetooth devices have a short radio range transmitter. And then Bluetooth is that when the device is within the scope of the other device, that is, range must be important. Very large distances, long distances we can't transmit. With the devices within the range we can transmit. So, what is the architecture? Piconet and scatternet. Piconet means maximum of 8 devices will be there. One will be the master and 7 slaves will be there. So, master can transmit data to slaves, but slaves to slave cannot transmit. And this is a piconet, and then in piconet there can be a 255 parked node will be there, that can be act as a slave node. If we make it as active, then it can be act as a slave node, and one of the slave node come into that parked state. Okay, and scatternet means one or more piconet is a collection of one or more piconets is called as a scatternet. Okay, and a slave in one piconet can act as a master. Suppose one master will be the 7 slaves in that one of the slave in that piconet can act as a master for other piconet. Okay, and it can receive from that master, and it can act as a master for other piconet and send the data which is received from that previous master to its slaves. Okay, and it is called as a slave which acted as a master is also called as a bridge slave. Okay, so this is a one or more picanets is called as a scatternet. What are the layers available in this Bluetooth is and this layers is not, it does not follow that OSI or TCP/IP model. These are the layers, that is physical radio layer, baseband layer, and then middleware layer, application layers will be there. So first one is radio layer. It corresponds to the physical layer of the OSI model. It deals with radio transmission and modulation. It moves data from master and slaves, and it uses that power 2.4 gigahertz in the range of 10 meters. Okay, and then this radio layer, it is divided into 79 channels, and it uses frequency hopping spread spectrum. To avoid interference, it uses FHSS. Okay, and it hopes 1600 times per second. So in order to change that bits into signal, and it uses Gaussian bandwidth filtering. And the next one is a baseband layer. It is equal to max sublayer, and it uses TDMA, time division multiple access. Here master and slave communicates with each other using time slots only. The master in each piconet, that is time is allotted to all the devices, And communication is TDMA, that is time division multiple access, that is half duplex, that is at a time both can transmit, that is at a time any one can transmit. Okay, that is half duplex, from both the side can transmit, but at a time any one, whether sender or receiver, can transmit, but not at the same time. And then baseband layer, if if the piconet has only one slave, if it is more slaves means the time is allotted like 625 microseconds. And then if it is only one slave will be there means, then odd numbers, then slave uses odd number slots and master uses even number slots. Okay, and both master and slave can communicate in half duplex mode. Okay, then in slot 0 master sends and then secondary receives, and slot 1 secondary sends and primary receives, like that. In alternative way they can use it. And in baseband layer, if piconet has more than one slave, then the users, if more than one slave means, then the master uses even number of slaves, then the slave sends in the next odd number slot if the packet in the previous slot was addressed. Then which if it is more than one slave means, then which station, that is which slave the master addressing, that is going to transmit. Okay, then and in baseband layer, two types of links can be created between master and a slave. One is asynchronous and another one is synchronous link. Okay, asynchronous means it is used for packet switched data that is available at irregular interval. Asynchronous means it is an irregular intervals and it delivers traffic on the best effort basis. Here frames can be lost and may have to be, if it is any frames are lost means they must be retransmitted, and it can have only one ACL link to its master. It is used where correct delivery is preferred over fast delivery. Here fast, compared to fast delivery, here correct delivery is important in ACL, and data rate is 721 kbps. And then asynchronous means it is mainly used while transmitting sound and all, in that is real time data like sounds. Okay, and it is used for fast delivery than accurate delivery. Here physical link is created between master and slave by reserving the specific time slots at regular intervals. If packet is damaged means it is not retransmitted over using this SCO link. A slave can have 3 SCO links with the master and can send data at 64 kbps. And the next one is L2CAP, that is logical unit link control adaptation protocol. It is equivalent to logical link sublayer of LAN. ACL uses uh, L2CAP for data exchange. Or L2CAP is used by asynchronous only, but SCO synchronous cannot use this. Okay, and what are the function of L2CAP is it receives the packets of up to 64 KB from upper layers, and then it divides them into frames for transmission, and then it also adds some of the extra informations with that frame, with that original frames. Okay, so L2CAP and then reassembles the frames into packets in the destination. So these are the work, that is segmentation, dividing that data into frames as well as reassembling, and everything is done by this L2CAP layer. And then other works are multiplexing, that is sender side it combines the data, on the receiver side it is split up into different signals, and then that is given here at the sender side. It accepts data from one of the upper layer protocols, frames them and deliver them to the baseband layer. The receiver side accepts a frame from the baseband layer, extract the data and deliver to the appropriate protocol layer. So in the sender side it combines, and then receiver side split up into different frames, that is assembling and deassembling, reassembling, and everything is done by this layer. And then quality of service also handled by this L2CAP, that is it handles the quality of service requirements both when links are established and during normal operations. Also it enables the devices to negotiate the maximum payload size. The payload size can be maximum during connection establishment. And then what is the frame format available here? See here three parts are divided, that frames. One is 72 bits is allocated for access code, 54 for header, and then data is for 0 to 2744 bits. So access code, it is 72-bit field that contains synchronization bits, and it is used to identify it identifies the master. And then header 54. 54 is an 8-bit, it divided into three 18-bit pattern. In 18-bit, how it is divided, 3-bit can define up to 7 slaves, 1 to 7. And then if the address is 0 means it is used for broadcast communication from primary to all secondary. And then type for 4 bits. So see, this 15 bits is divided into 3 18 bits. In 18 means 3 bit for to define 7 slaves, and then 4 bit for type, that means type of data from upper layer, which type of data. And then F is for flow bit, it is used for flow control. And then A is for acknowledgement, and then S is for sequence number for the frame, and then 1, and then 8 bit for checksum, that is to correct errors. Okay, and data is for 0 to 2744 bits long. Okay, thank you students.